It's now time for Motivational Mondays with Fionia Salmon.
Men, if you're listening to this, women, if you're listening to this and you do have males as your partners or your brothers or just friends, encourage them to go and get checked. Miss
Indeed.
Brown, how accessible are screenings in Jamaica? Does the Jamaica Cancer Society offer any community programs or initiative to help individuals with the screenings?
Well, certainly. As a Cancer Society, we practice a three-pronged approach. We start by raising the level of awareness, we do the education, and then we follow up with the screening. And our community-based work is free. So our screenings that we offer, especially during this month, because prostate cancer is the leading cancer in Jamaica and the number one cause of cancer-related deaths in Jamaica. And as a result of that, we have partnered with the National Health Fund and Guardian Life Limited. And this month we have done 103 men on Friday in Mandeville, and we're going to St. Thomas tomorrow, the 18th of September, to do another 100 men. On the 28th of September, we'll be in Kingston doing free screening at Jamaica College. And on the 26th, we will be in Montego Bay at the St. James Parish Church. We will be trying to get 500 men to turn out on that day or more. We're prepared to get free screening for prostate cancer. And this includes both the PSA and the digital rectal examination. And of course, our branch in St. Anne will be doing their free screening activities as well. So the whole month is not just about using the mouth to spread the information. We're backing it up with our fortitude, and we're partnered with our partners who we know add value to our having us working with them and having them work with us closely to provide what is necessary, which is access to the men for free screening.
Hear that, men? Free screening, so no excuse. You just need to make your way to one of those locations. Um, Miss Brown, what are some of the symptoms that men oftentimes ignore, or they might say these are maybe comes with aging? I know that Michael mentioned earlier that, urinating often, sometimes men might think that they are diabetic.
Mhm.
What are some of the symptoms that men tend to ignore?
Okay, so some of the signs of prostate cancer, as I said before, prostate cancer might be present, and in its early stages, there might not be any symptom of the disease. But
Correct.
for those persons who then are not screening, then it develops into issues. And then some of these issues are like a weak or interrupted flow of urine. They find themselves standing in front of the toilet a little longer to pass the urine than they would, right? And
Mm,
so for them, they might think I'm getting older, and so it takes a
yes.
little time, yes? And then we're looking at frequent urination, especially at night. They might have burning when they're passing their urine, or blood in the urine, or
Mm,
pus in the urine, right?
mm,
Sometimes they have just peed or passed their
mm.
urine, and then they're still feeling that they still have to go. So the bladder still feels full, right? So they feel as if they have not finished using the bathroom, right? So we have erectile dysfunction, which is very common because our men smoke as well. And so that also affects them when their prostate needs to be looked at, right? So this is where the partners come in and they realize that there are sexual dysfunction issues that the men need to have addressed as well. And then, of course, there's unexplained weight loss. They have pain in their backs or hips,
Wow.
persistent tiredness or fatigue. And one of
Mm,
the things is that what I cannot stress more
mhm,
than I'm going to try and do now, early stage prostate cancer does not have any symptoms.
mm.
So when you're feeling all of this and seeing all of that, things are mellowing along. So
Oh,
how will you know that you have prostate cancer? Get screened,
get
right?
screened. Very
Yes.
important.
So
How
these are the things that we want men to understand.
definitely, but how can we shift their mindset from that feeling of embarrassment or uncomfortableness. How can we help to shift that mindset of men that, hey, it's only 5 minutes? How can we help them to
Well, we have Mr. Jureidini, and God bless him. He has been sharing his story with us for a number of years. He has founded the Brothers United Against Prostate Cancer group, and there's a wonderful group of men who, give up their time freely and volunteer to participate in programs such as these. Radio, television, interviews. They do a lot of work throughout the month of September and beyond the month of September. They meet together at the church hall at Webster Memorial United Church as well. And one of the key things is that, my grandfather and my grandmother used to say, you can't lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. The information is there. We are there in the Cancer Society to provide support as well as information. But one of the things is that we can be preaching and encouraging men to get screened, and they're not taking our advice, So even there, the story is there. There's a ward at Kingston Public Hospital that the men are on that have prostate issues as well as prostate cancer, and there's several of them across there. And due to the fact that it is the leading cancer in Jamaica, prostate cancer, that's a death sentence, I started out by saying, and Mr. Jureidini reiterated that, it's a slow growing disease, but you just have to practice a screening regimen and have your prostate examined once per year. We as women, we have to do it. We have to do mammograms, we have to do pap smears, and both of us, the sexes of male and female, have to do our colonoscopy.
That's right.
So these are things that we do to ensure that we're around for a long time to see our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. I mean, if the Lord says we have to go, we have to go. But at least we are putting up a fight in getting screened for those cancers that can be screened for.
Yes. One thing I can say is on Monday I went to do my mammogram.
Yes.
And it was so uncomfortable. Every year I dread it going, but I tell myself that if I can live maybe 5 years more, I'm going to continue doing it, even though it's a little bit uncomfortable. So to gone through the process on Monday and then to see the results that it's normal. It's really, if it feels good knowing that I know my status.
That's
I know
right.
where I stand. So men, I want you to feel and experience the same feeling, even though you have to step out of your little comfort zone. Step out a little bit. 5 minutes won't kill you, but guess what? It will add 5 more minutes to your life. So
it's a little less than 5 minutes for them. Think about us doing a pap smear. We're not making light of the situation, or a mammogram for that matter.
That's true.
But we are saying, one of the things.
Ours take longer because I had to do an ultrasound because I have dents. My breast is very dense, so I have to do the ultrasound. So it takes a little bit longer. Maybe the whole process is an hour. Yes. So you see, women do it. We go through it. But we're still here because we want to add more days and
not
years.
Making light of the fear that they have. But as I said before, and then I've been doing this for 18 years. And I've never seen a man run off through the room when the doctor is examining them, or run away saying that they're not being screened. In fact, what I do see is that they come out after they've been screened and they would say, that was what it was about.
Yes.
Nothing is in it. And they call other friends and say, listen, you need to come down here. I'm waiting on you. And to get this. And their friends do turn up, especially when we're out of town screening. So the key to it is that we need to have a balance. And one of the key balances, we tell people exercise and do all sorts of healthy lifestyle practices. But one of the key healthy lifestyle practices is to practice screening, because there are persons who will eat vegan diet, pescatarian diet, vegetarian diet, and are still susceptible to cancer. And unfortunately, some of them do die because the practice of these activities or this type of lifestyle excludes them sometimes from doing screening.
That's true.
They don't see a need to be involved in the screening, and it is essential that they understand that the screening goes with the lifestyle that you have chosen.
Mm.
The
Let me
screening,
ask you,
the screening
Michael.
goes
Yes.
with the lifestyle that you have chosen.
That's right. That's right. Michael, let me ask you,
Mhm.
how can we shift that mindset of men to
Oh,
say that it's an uncomfortable feeling? Or what can you say to men? Because you have been there and done that. What can you say to them since you have been there and done that? And I know that you continue to do your screening year after year. Um, just talk to men right now and allow them to shift their mentality about the uncomfortable feelings or the embarrassment that comes with it.
the embarrassment I can't understand, to be honest.
Mm,
It might sound strange, but when I
mm,
did it first, I went in with those feelings of what is this man doing and the rest of it.
mm,
And I can give you something that I did, and I laughed at myself after. I said, "So what is this?" Because the doctor was very professional. So I'm going to give you I'm going to carry out a digital rectal examination,
sure.
DRE, just for short. I said,
Yes.
"Well, sir, tell me what that is."
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one thing I know is that the level of education has nothing to do with a thing called common sense, because some people who
Mm,
are, I would consider, very bright people will say some of the craziest things you would never believe
mm,
when it comes to them doing a digital rectal examination. There is just no sort of common sense or thought to it. A lot of it is hearsay, and it really isn't painful, you know. It really isn't painful.
mm,
It doesn't take long. What I tell the people too that have any kind of reservation, listen, it's about your life. Let's cut to the chase, right?
mm,
So you can't be selfish. You are in most cases the main breadwinner, or even if you're not, your woman, your children looking up to you, and
that's
you have
right.
a responsibility to take care of yourself,
That's
right?
right.
The test takes, I tell you, even, let me put it this way. Shullian mentioned that the screening takes place in about, how much did they say, Shullian? 30 seconds? Is much quicker than that. One. In fact, I have gone and done my both my blood tests for the PSA and
Mm,
digital rectal examination. Um, and that don't take any time at all, man. It's a matter of, oh, within a minute everything is over. Let's think about it. This person has to put on a glove and insert one finger into someone's rectum. That's not
yes.
pleasant for them.
Yes.
Okay? So just go do the test, because it's your life it's about.
Mm,
You do not want to have the situation like what is happening presently. the
yes.
I have been to the KPH clinic to visit the urological clinic there.
Yes.
They have session. They work Monday, Tuesday, no clinic on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They average over 100 persons per day. That's over 400 people that they're seeing, men that they're seeing with urological problems each month. Each week, sorry, over
Ye-
400
Okay. Each week.
each week. Do I need to say any more?
No, you don't have to
We
say
need to
anymore.
get
All
tested.
we have to
Don't
say
play
is men.
around.
Yes,
Yeah.
men, go and get screened. It's very, very important. And how can we start that conversation with our friends, our family members? How can we start that conversation to let them know that it's important, or don't let it look like we are nagging them, so to speak? Or you know how some men are, oh, stop nagging me. How can
Yeah.
we start that conversation?
Listen, it is I suppose it's the way we are socialized as men. We're
Yes.
supposed to be this and we're supposed to be that and macho and
Mhm.
all of that is
Mhm.
rubbish. It makes
Mhm.
no sense. Because
Mhm.
I'm telling you, what you don't want to be, is a burden. And you staying away from being screened is exactly what you're going to be creating, a burden on your
Family.
family.
Mm,
I cannot overemphasize, and no survivor will tell you that they didn't make it through because that they were overcome by the support of friends and relatives. It's amazing. It's something
mm,
that you just cannot do without. It's
wow.
amazing, and I'm forever thankful. And thankful to all of you on behalf of us guys. Even if we haven't said it, I'm sure we have, because it is something where you asked earlier of what it felt like, what goes through your mind,
Yes.
right? And everybody has a different reaction. We must agree. Yes,
Yes,
some
correct.
people will panic. Some people will say, "Okay, fine, I can take this on the chin and deal with it." And some people will just go, literally bonkers. Them say, "Why?
Mm,
This is the end of the road for me. Me dead
mm,
now." Blah blah blah. But it's
mm,
not true. It's not
true.
true. It's
Mm,
not true. The key thing is to keep testing. Do not stop testing and start doing it early.
thank you. How long was your treatment, and what was the cost of your treatment?
Oh,
Was it expensive?
um, yes, well, everything is expensive. To a multimillionaire is some change, but your life is the most important thing.
Correct.
So I did the surgery in September, and I would say in terms of going back to work, Um, by early January, I was back at work. I mean, when I say back at work, I mean you start with probably
Light.
2 or 3 hours a day. Yeah, you take
Mm,
your time and build back up. Because anyway, and it is um an invasion that has taken place. Somebody has gone inside of you. Now, the
yes.
method I used was costly. But thankfully, thank God, I had insurance that could take me overseas to get the procedure done. Yes.
Okay.
Now, um, therein lies one of the major issues, because people say, okay, fine, I'm sick now, but what am I going to do? What
Mm,
am I going to do when I don't have the funds to go overseas? Or
correct.
how am I going to just cope generally with this
Correct.
situation that now faces me? So, I can understand, I can truly understand the anxiety with some folks. And it depends totally on your diagnosis.
Mm,
'Cause if the doctor says to you, listen, this is where it's at, it's in a bad way, what is it you're going to do? But try as best as you can to deal with it, you
correct.
know? So
Correct.
it can be difficult, but we have to face it, right? We have to face it and try to deal with it. And this is why we keep saying check and check earlier. The earlier you find out, the better. In speaking to a number of urologists, they have said that when most of the time the cases they're seeing, the up to 70% of the cases that they're seeing, it only comes to them when it's at a stage where, boy, it's hard to do anything about it.
Oh, wow.
That's
Oh,
the
wow.
regretful thing, because we're not doing the screening early. You get
Mm,
me? That is the problem. So we do need to get those tests done early. Can't overemphasize. Can't can't do anything else. I can't underestimate the importance of that. We have to do it. Have to do it.
and what's your final words to men right now as we wrap up?
Get checked.
Mm,
I can't play around with it. Get checked. Get checked. Get checked early. The earlier, the better, gentlemen.
thank you so much,
Mhm.
Michael, for sharing your journey with us. Miss Brown, before we wrap up, I know that you mentioned that throughout the month of September, you will be having screening island-wide. But is there any other upcoming projects outside of September?
Well, the month of October is breast cancer awareness, and that is one of our busiest months. And
Okay.
again, we try to complement what we do in terms of education and raising the awareness by offering free screening as well to the women. Because just as how prostate is the number one among Jamaican men, breast cancer is the number one among Jamaican women. We don't want to take away from the men today, so let's focus back to prostate cancer awareness. Because one of the key things, not only are we going to say to our men to get screened, we want them to understand that it must be a regimen. It's not a one-off thing. It has to be something that you practice. And not all prostate issues are cancers,
Okay.
right? So some persons might have an enlarged prostate. Some persons might have prostatitis, which is a prostate infection. Some persons are just beginning to have some issues where the prostate is just getting enlarged. And these are treatable with medication, right? But how will you know what you have
Mm,
unless you are screened, unless you
mm,
visit the doctor? And the prostate examination is a physical examination. It's not a
mm.
sexual examination.
That's
So
right.
that's I think that's where we have some issues, where persons are of the opinion that it's a sexual examination. It's not a sexual examination. It's a physical exam of the prostate, just like how the mammogram is an X-ray of the breast. Yes. So that is the thing that we need to have clear, and it's also a life-saving screening exercise because I said before, prostate cancer is a slow-growing cancer, and once it's detected at the start, at the onset, right? We're looking at medication that can assist. But we're at the late stage now. We're looking at radiation. We're looking at chemotherapy. We're looking at increased costs. It always costs more to treat a cancer than to detect it, which is
That's right.
through screening. And that
That's right.
is the key that we want persons to understand or men to understand. And Mr. Jureidini had mentioned before that prostate cancer doesn't only affect men, it affects women as well. And we're not saying that women have prostate. What we're saying is that the woman is now responsible for the household, and she's the one now that is leading the man to
Mm,
get all the necessaries done that he has to do, right? And so in essence, it affects the whole family. And he had indicated how men are responsible for their families. And as a result of that, you want to be around. Yes, you want to see them grow up. You want to have experiences with your family. You don't
That's right.
want to be out and gone, and in some cases, die of a disease that is treatable. Right? I'm just asking and imploring, literally begging and asking our men to get screened because it does affect us as Black people, and our cancers as Black persons tend to be more aggressive. And that is something that is there that we can look at and say, you know what? Let me fight this thing. I have this fighting chance, which is to get screened, and I'm going to get it done. And that is my last word.
Even though you said it's your last word, but Mr. Jardine mentioned that his treatment was a little bit expensive. What advice would you give? Are there insurance that covers like prostate or cancer? What insurance out there can they get
There are
to?
critical illness policies. One of our partners, as I mentioned, Guided Life,
Yes.
has policies that cover critical illness. And there's also the National Health Fund. On the flip side, covers the cost of screening by paying $1,300 subsidy
Oh,
on
nice.
every PSA test that is done
Oh, that's great.
once the patient has an NHF card, right? And also the medications that the men might get prescribed are also covered under the National Health Fund program for prostate
Nice.
cancer. So it's there, the help is there, the support for those men who unfortunately are now in a late stage position where they have to get treatment. There is availability of support in terms of funding to assist whatever is necessary. But that's where we don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to go. We don't want to go there. Where we want to go is to ensure that our persons, our individuals in this country, our men are here with us. And prostate cancer is taking them away. And we want that to stop. So we want the men to start screening.
Thank you
More
so
men to start screening.
Thank you so much. It's so many times throughout this discussion that we said, please get screened, get screened.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you so much to Mr. Michael. Thank you for sharing your story. Miss Brown, I appreciate you and what the Jamaica Cancer Society is doing. And also, Mr. Michael mentioned that he has a foundation. Brothers, just remind us of the
It's not a
foundation.
foundation.
Oh,
It's
it's a
a
support group.
support group, right?
Okay.
And I tell people the easiest way. I'm not going to give no fancy titles. I think you call a cancer society. Say I have somebody, a cousin, a uncle, a father who was recently diagnosed. Give us your number.
Mm,
We will reach out and have a chat with you.
okay.
Because we
And it's
can't help you
free.
financially,
It's
we can
free.
help you emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, say little prayers with you too.
Mm-hmm.
We'll visit you. We'll have a chat. I mean, I can tell you about a thing that was so uplifting, an experience I had. Spoke to this, a lady called me and she started, boy, this is my gentleman, he has this, and he came on the phone and we chatted. It's when I went to go look for the man, I was going somewhere out in the country and I said, let me just stop in and check in on him. I discovered the man is blind.
Yes.
You
Oh,
know, it was so nice, and we chatted, and every now and again, and they could call and him just say, "Boy, thanks for the shout out," because I was kind of in a place where, and this happens. This is what people want. They want someone that they can just speak with, you know,
where can they find
and
you?
walk you through some of the steps. Pardon?
Where can they find you on social media? Are
That's
you
what I'm
on
saying. No,
social
no,
media?
you just call. We have. Listen, I don't have it with me here right now.
Okay.
But remember now, we are some older folks, right? But you call a cancer society, we'll get to you.
Okay,
We
there you
you see,
go.
what I find is a lot of the time people use social media not to educate themselves, it's for entertainment.
That's
You
right.
understand? And we need to really talk to the people. We don't have a problem. We'll come to your youth group meeting. We'll come and we'll chat with you. We will come and try and work with the people in your community to get the information out because it needs to be done.
And we
I
are in a
can't
public forum.
overemphasize the importance of this
Yes.
And
happening. We just need to have it done.
And
and
we're having a free public forum as the Jamaica Cancer Society. Brothers
and when is
United
that
will be
one?
there. And that's
Yeah.
on the 28th of September
Oh,
September. Yeah.
okay.
at Jamaica College, the same day as the free screening. We start the screening earlier. Right
Nice.
after, we have we have the public forum. And we also have a medical symposium this Sunday, the 21st, starting at 9 o'clock for those persons who are on a need to have continuing medical education certificate. That symposium is on for this Sunday, the 21st. You can call us or visit our website, www.jcs.live, and you'll see the flyer and registration information there. But the public forum is free, and it's on the day of
Mhm.
free screening. Is this how much time I using the word free?
Wow, there's a lot of freeness.
So between
Plenty.
ourselves and Mr. Jureidini, we need
Mr.
Brothers
Journey,
United. That is,
yes.
we need donations, we need support, we need persons to sign up to become members. We need persons who are prostate cancer survivors to sign up with Brothers United as well. These are the ways through which we are able to assist persons who are in need, yes, and those persons who
Mhm.
cannot afford screening, because many persons in Jamaica do not have access to health insurance.
That's so
Less
true.
than
That's
12%
right.
of the
That's
population have
right,
health
Julian.
insurance. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And many persons cannot even pay to get
Hmm.
screened in the first place. So we try to
That's so
provide it
true.
free of charge with our partners. But there's something that the rest of persons that are available to assist can assist. Make a
Hmm.
donation. You understand? You
Hmm.
can pay for a man to get screened.
Mm.
And you can pay for a woman to have her mammogram or her pap smear done, because there are many underserved persons, men and women across the island of Jamaica, through no fault of their own, are unable to pay and help themselves, but they do try, you know. And as a policy, we don't turn anybody away as long as we're able to screen them. So we
Awesome.
need the support of the public, we need the support of our diaspora, we need the support of everybody to help us to do what we do. Mr. Jureidini will go. He's very shy. He has several appointments tomorrow to go across Jamaica and give talks. Right? We're going
Yeah.
to St. Thomas tomorrow to screen as well, right? So there's a
Come
lot
on.
that we have to do. There's a whole heap of work that is required of us, and we do our best to do it. And of course, we can't do it by ourselves. We need support and we need help. We need people, we need volunteers as well, people that can come on these trips with us out into the country areas or even at the office to assist us. There's a whole heap of needs, not necessarily financial, that you can contribute and help Mr. Jureidini organize up a website and stuff like that.
Oh, that is so lovely. That is so lovely. Good ad. So if you're not working at the moment or you're moved to help in whatever way, whether it's financial way or any other way, go ahead and go to the Jamaica Cancer Society website and give them a
JCS.live.
call.
Yes.
Uh,
JCS.live.
JCS.live.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Jardine.
Yeah.
Mr. Jureidini, thank you so much again. And Miss Brown, I appreciate you. And on behalf of all of us, that is Miss Keisha Hill, PR, and also Simon Ware on the production. Thank you all. We really appreciate you being here and for sharing this incredible information or a topic that don't really get talked about too often. So thank you so much for shedding light on that. And to everyone tuning in, thank you so much for being here. And if this conversation moves you and you know someone, you have the males around you, please tap them on the shoulder and tell them that they need to go and get screened. And if you're in Jamaica, remember for this entire month, they're all over Jamaica. So go ahead, go to JC
On the 28th.
live
Yes.
and see where their next location will be based on the time available. And guess what? Make sure to make time to get your health in order because your health is your wealth.
That's
So don't
right.
wait until when you're sick, you're going to spend all that money just to get better. It's best to get screened from now. So this is where we close Motivational Mondays. I am your host, Fiona Salmon. Make sure to get a copy of my book. It will be long, but not forever. To everyone listening, please encourage the men in your life to schedule a screening. Don't wait for symptoms. Don't wait for pain. Prostate cancer caught early can be treated successfully. Until next time, I am your host, Fiona Salmon. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Motivational Mondays with Fiona Salmon. Motivational Mondays airs every first and third Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. in Jamaica. And it's sponsored by Ionia Distributors LLC. Follow Fiona Salmon on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for info on future episodes and more.